皆さん、こんばんは。ヤングジェームズです。最近よく聞かれるのは、どうやって日本語を勉強しましたか? Yes, you guys have been asking me quite a bit lately. How did I study Japanese? Frankly, my Japanese actually isn't that good. I mean, amongst the foreigners that live in Japan, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent, but I still have such a long way to go. But I have actually seriously noticed my Japanese skills getting so much worse since I quit my part-time job. You know, I've glanced over it in certain videos, talks about my language school experience, and then I was studying Japanese language in college. And you know, it's this, and that, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. But after I quit my job where I was speaking Japanese, I've noticed my language skills going down like this. Dude, I don't have an opportunity every single day to speak Japanese. I mean, I go to the gym, but how much speaking practice do you really get at the gym every day? So lately, the real pressing issue for me is, how do I actually study Japanese now that I'm not being forced to speak Japanese every single day? So I've been really struggling with that lately, and I'm currently working on a plan, devising a scheme to keep my Japanese language skills up, and not only keep them up, but get to the next level. Some of you guys may know, but I passed the Japanese language proficiency test, N2, that's the second hardest level, a little bit over a year ago now, but noticing, oh my gosh, my Japanese is actually getting worse. There are these kanji that I don't remember. I mean, I'll get into how I learned Japanese and everything I did from the very beginning, but for me, currently, I'm working on a plan to make sure my skills are still improving now that I'm not speaking Japanese every single day at language school or at my job. If you're coming to Japan, make an effort to just get out of your comfort zone, make some Japanese friends, hang out with some Japanese friends, go to that restaurant that only has a Japanese menu and do your best to read the menu, talk with someone, ask for a recommendation. Guys, it's going to be awkward, it's going to suck. But if you go through life avoiding the hard things, you're never going to get stronger. You're never going to improve any type of skill. So step out of your comfort zone a little bit. I'm currently making my best effort to see my Japanese friends as much as possible. When I do go out, like once every 2 weeks or something like that, I'm usually trying to hang out with my Japanese friends. Hey, they asked me to teach them English too, so I think it kind of goes without saying, but I take advantage of any time that I can speak Japanese with Japanese natives. Naturally, it feels awkward always subjecting them to my language learning experience, and maybe they don't kind of want to explain this grammar to me or this word, and even if they don't feel like that, I kind of feel like a burden sometimes. So something I've been getting into lately, language learning platforms where you can get like a one-on-one virtual meeting with a native Japanese teacher from Japan. Check it out. Been using italki now for a couple weeks. There are many different teachers with many different backgrounds. They'll give you a personalized lesson based on what your needs are for learning the language. So obviously I'm a little bit more advanced, doing a little bit higher level conversations with a native speaking teacher. When I go out with my Japanese friends, I'm always wanting to ask them questions about Japanese language. Naturally, they're always nice and willing to help me, but at the same time, it's kind of like I feel like a burden. On italki, you're connecting with somebody who is there to actually aid you in your language journey. They give you real-time feedback, and like I said, they're a professional, especially for all the subs back home in the States and Europe, wherever you guys are. I live in my home country. How am I actually supposed to get real practice with real native speakers if I live here? Exactly, that's where italki comes in. Whether you're learning Spanish, French, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, there are teachers all over the world willing to work with you. And not only that, but enrolling at a language school, studying at a college, you're going to be dropping hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars. I know my subscribers are young. I know y'all still getting your bag up. You don't need a subscription. You don't need to sell your soul to get out of any type of crazy contract. It's a lesson by lesson basis. Super affordable rates for anyone with any type of budget. Japan is a different time zone than America. Am I going to have to be waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning? No. There are teachers all around the world who have super flexible schedules, whatever you need to fit your time zone. My first lesson was with Kos.
料理をするのが好きですね。料理が
日本、
好きですか？コスさん。
好きです。
和
私もいっ
食と
ぱい作ります。
洋食とどっちの方が好きですか？
どっちが好き？難しい質問ですね。
気分によりますね。
Actually, I live in Japan, but he lives in England. You can see Kos's teacher page right here with his ratings, his reviews,
his introduction video. I was a little bit nervous about like what are we gonna talk about. Now we're gonna like be sitting there awkwardly trying to figure out what we should talk about, but he actually came to the lesson prepared with materials. Besides, if you're worried about like if your teacher's gonna be cool or friendly or cute or handsome or whatever, you can look at all the teachers' profiles, you can see the ratings. It's really nice just getting real-time one-on-one feedback from a professional native speaker. Come with me, come with young James to italki. Are you ready to start your language learning journey? Use the promo code YUNGJAMEZ, YUNGJAMEZ. The first 50 of you to use my promo code YUNGJAMEZ will get $5 for free when you spend $10 for your first lesson. Click the link below, help out italki, help out a cool platform, help out your boy too, y'all know what it is. Otherwise, my prescription for continuing and improving my Japanese now that I'm trying so hard not to be complacent while living in Japan. I study 100 Anki cards a day. Yes, that is 100. Anki cards are basically just flashcards, man. There's an app, Anki, A-N-K-I. I study 100 of those a day. 100 minimum. 100 minimum, at least 100 every single day, just to stay on my toes, always working on my vocabulary. You guys know if you watch Out the Mud vlogs, I talk about doing my Anki cards. I always do them when I'm on the train. Guys, super easy way to study Japanese, just get in a routine. If you live in Tokyo or Japan or, I mean, anywhere, and you're taking public transportation where you can sit down for a second and look on your phone, guys, stop scrolling through TikTok, watching girls twerk, man. Pull out your Anki cards, start studying your language, grow your brain, how about? Also, if you guys are watching Out the Mud vlogs, you guys know I watch at least 30 minutes of Japanese television every day. Currently, I'm watching Terrace House. Terrace House, great show. Great show, it's on Netflix, and it helps because I watched it in English before, so I know what's going on. But now I'm watching it in all Japanese, with the Japanese subtitles, of course. It would probably be a little bit too hard for me if I wasn't watching it with subtitles. But I recommend if there's a show that you have seen in English before and you know actually what's going on, but you maybe just don't remember like literally every word that was said, if you kind of know the story, you can still watch it and enjoy it in Japanese. Sticks to your brain like that when you watch it in your second language. And then just generally, like when you're out, when you're going about your life in Japan, if you live here, just make an effort to apply yourself. Like I said, whether it be going out with your Japanese friends. For me, when I go out to eat, I don't like going to the place where a bunch of foreigners are hanging out, where they got English menus. Even if I know I'm not going to be able to read the menu super well, I make an effort to go to the Japanese places, challenge myself. If there's a kanji that I don't know that I see on the menu, dude, I write it down and I make a flashcard of it, put it in my Anki, and then I know it. And then I know it. I'm challenging myself every day. If you're out, dude, just read signs, bro. Literally look at billboards, read signs, apply yourself. Stop walking around all day, every day, looking at TikTok, watching girls twerk, all right, guys? Come on. So that's what I do currently, as someone who has passed the N2, the second most prestigious Japanese language proficiency test, Nihongo no Ryoku Shiken. Passed the N2. I'm at like N1 level now. Am I going to take the N1? Not really sure, but basically that's what I'm currently doing to study Japanese, even though I can already speak to a decent amount. Now, I know a lot of you guys also were asking, how did you get to that point? How did I even get to this point? Well, before I even lived in Japan, first thing I did when I had the idea that I was going to move to Japan, I went online. I'm not going to say where I got them, but I got some textbooks. A lot of people, dude, all my followers always talking shit, always talking crap, dude, saying that Genki, G-E-N-K-I, Genki sucks. I got some beef with y'all. I loved Genki. What did Genki do to you, bro? Genki never hurt me, man. Genki hurt y'all for some reason? Y'all couldn't handle it? Y'all couldn't handle the heat? Dude, I read the Genki textbooks, Genki 1 and Genki 2. I found them super easy to understand. These are textbooks, right? Genki 1 and Genki 2. Downloaded those online. Every single day while I was preparing to move to Japan, I did one page. Not like 1 and 2. Like, I just did one page. Every single day. I did one. If there's something I didn't really understand because there's English in the Genki textbooks as well. If there's something I didn't really understand, I literally just like searched the keywords in YouTube. Guys, trust me. Source, trust me, bro. There's always a Japanese lesson of a real professional teacher online on YouTube explaining whatever grammar point it is, talking about it. and then you learn. So I used the Genki textbooks for like my main, like for my roadmap basically, to like learn like in what direction I should be learning Japanese. And while I was using those as my main source, like my roadmap, I was also using various apps. Dude, I had like some app that was simply just conjugations for like verbs. And then I had like a kanji writing app where you like write it with your finger. I'm sure you guys have seen it as well. I was handwriting flashcards every single day. Before I was using the Anki app, I was handwriting them. I was handwriting like kanji, and I was handwriting hiragana and katakana, because they say that there's like a faster connection between like your hand and your brain. Like you remember things quicker if you actually write it out. So I was doing that every day for just words. Additionally, if you go on YouTube and you just type in like whatever your Japanese language level is, like N1 through N5, if you search like N5 listening practice Japanese, there's going to be like little quizzes that come up and they say like, Kuruma wa doko desu ka? Like, where's the car? And then somebody explains where the car is, and then you have like answers or whatever. And a lot of people ask as well, when should I start learning kanji? Kanji seems very difficult. Guys, you guys know what my answer is going to be. When there's something difficult, it's like the Ryan Holiday book. The obstacle is the way. When there's something difficult, that means you need to do it. You need to do it first. So I know kanji is scary, I know it's intimidating, but there's also a book called Remembering the Kanji. Remembering the Kanji. This doesn't go into like literally the Japanese sounds and how to sound out the kanji, but it talks about the meaning of the kanji, of basic kanji. And if you know what the meaning of basic kanji are, then you can apply those to so many, because so many more kanji are just other basic kanji. And if you know what the meaning of a basic kanji is and the origin and where it came from, it's so easy to figure out what another kanji is. Trust me guys, the book Remembering the Kanji, it is super, super, super useful. And a lot of people have told me like, oh, they started reading it and oh, it's confusing, or they don't see how it's going to help them. And it's like, dude, I'm not trying to say I can't be wrong about things. I'm not trying to say you're stupid. But as someone who's walked the path, is someone who has reached, not the top, but much higher up on the mountain than you have, just listen, just believe me, listen, hey, listen to daddy, listen to daddy. Remembering the kanji, it's worth it. I applied for my Japanese language visa, language student visa, and I attended a school here in the heart of Tokyo, a language school, Japanese language school, for 2 whole years. This is full time, dude, so that means 5 days a week, 4 hours every single day, all language study. And I'm busting my ass. And then I remember every single student in class would be like, oh my gosh, we study so much every single day. How could I possibly go home and study more? Or like, how could I possibly go out and then try to like speak Japanese? It's like, must be so tiring. And I always remember thinking, dude, I'm learning Japanese here in Tokyo. That's so exciting. Now I want to use that. Now I want to study more when I'm outside of class. Because you can see the results. You can see how much better you're getting in real time. So a lot of people used to think I was weird for like studying outside of class also, or then like going out and, I don't know, trying to make Japanese friends and stuff like that. But dude, just apply yourself, man. And obviously if you guys have the money, I know it's not cheap at all, but if you have the money, dude, go to Japanese language school or language school, whatever language you're trying to learn, man. Go to language school. It's a great experience. There's usually not nearly as much homework as like a college or something like that. You're just in school, you're studying the language, and you're doing something where you can see the results in real time, which is super, super rewarding. After I graduated from language school, some of you guys may know, people always asking what visa I'm on. So before I was on a student, Japanese language student visa. Then I wanted to stay here a little bit longer, so I transferred into university. And I actually took a couple of the Japanese language classes at the university, but I tested out of like all the other ones, and then I took 2, and even those ones were like a little bit low, I think, for my level, but it was still good to get like some practice in. Honestly, I would take more if they would let me, like even the lower ones, just to like get more input or whatever. So yeah, I took a couple classes at college, and now I've finished all of the college classes. I finished the Japanese language school, and then I used everything that I learned at language school on my self-study at college to get a couple different jobs here. As you guys know, I worked at a ramen restaurant for a little bit. I was the only foreigner there. I was the only one who wasn't fluent in Japanese there, but I did my best, and they thought I was fluent. I mean, I did my best. I'm not nearly fluent at all, but I did pretty well, and I got a job there, and then I've talked about, you guys remember that guy like touched my butt and stuff like that, the guy who worked at the ramen restaurant. And then I quit the ramen restaurant, and I used my Japanese skills to get a job at just like a more normal restaurant where I was working in the kitchen. And once again, I was the only foreigner there. But I was there like 5 times a week, and I was speaking completely immersed in the language. I was having to use keigo, like really, really formal Japanese customers with guests. And obviously just complete full immersion in the language is the best practice that you can get. But now at this point, I quit those jobs. I'm kind of doing the YouTube thing full time, doing like modeling, some other stuff. So I don't really have these opportunities all the time. So now at this point, I really just make it my best effort to see my Japanese friends, hang out with my Japanese friends as much as possible. And I probably see my Japanese friends at least like once a week or something like that. Like I said, I go to a gym where it's all Japanese people, and like we train together and stuff like that. So I talk to people there, and just generally if I'm in a social setting, I make an attempt to talk to people in Japanese, just brush up on my skills a little bit. Just a little review my Anki cards, taking lessons now, weekly lessons on italki, learning platform. You guys remember promo code YUNGJAMEZ. Check it out, guys. If you live overseas and you want to get professional, real lessons with a native speaker, whatever language it is, man, italki, check it out. Oh yeah, and actually, since I quit my part-time job as well, one of the guys there, I keep in touch with him quite a bit, and he's been wanting to learn English, so once a week as well, I meet with him and I teach him English, and he's going from like very, very, very like basically no English whatsoever, so I have to do a lot of translating for him, but it's been a really, really good opportunity to just like brush up on my Japanese and translate things. It's been a really good brain exercise for me. So that's basically what I do currently to maintain my Japanese and improve a little bit now that I can speak like decent Japanese. And that's also what I did to learn Japanese from zero on my own. I did that stuff on my own for like about a year before I moved here for Japanese language school. So now it's been, I don't know, like maybe close to 4 years that I've been learning the language total. And guys, I'm not fluent at all. At all, I'm not fluent. People always say, oh, you're fluent, guys. There is so much further for me to go until I'm fluent. This is like average foreigner in Japan. This is like me. And then like Japanese native speakers like here. Like this language is so hard, and it's gonna take so much. I feel like I'm probably only like halfway into like where I want to be actually. So I've got so much more learning to do, but yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. Dude, even if it's not Japanese, if it's just a foreign language, dude, great experience, great brain exercise. So many doors will open for you, so many people that you can meet. Highly recommend it, highly recommend it. And yeah, if you guys want to, hit me up, you guys want to talk to me, you guys want to ask me any personal questions about my Japanese journey, my Japan journey, how I get so sexy, how I get so handsome, y'all just hit me up, y'all. You guys know what it is. Send me an email, youngjamesYT@gmail.com. That's YUNGJAMEZYT@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram. Y'all know what's good. Y'all know what's good. Thank you so much. Take care. Love ya.